Etude 111 from the Getchell Second Book of Practical Studies is a rather straightforward etude in F minor with a brief diversion to F major. This etude generally alternates between a marcato style and a legato style, so the performer should pay extra attention to playing these contrasting styles well. Generally speaking, the marcato sections are marked with a forte dynamic and have accents throughout. Make sure the accents stand out but aren't blatty or too over the top. The legato sections are both marked with softer dynamics, and it is a common pitfall to play softer dynamics with less air. The distance your air travels should stay consistent, but your airstream will become more narrow with softer dynamics. This etude gives you a chance to show off not only your technical consistency, but your singing musicianship as well. During the marcato sections, the goal is consistency of note length and articulation. Try practicing this etude on just one note. Let's use F because it's the tonic pitch of this etude, and listen carefully for consistency of note length and articulation. It's also possible that while trying to play this with the marcato style, our air becomes choppy and sometimes held back. It's a good idea to practice this etude all slurred as well to ensure proper airflow. On the ASBOA website, there's an errata sheet, which means mistakes in the parts. And if you notice in set 2 for this particular etude, there's one mistake. It's the fourth line. In the first measure, the second eighth note, it's marked a D flat in the Getchell book. It's actually supposed to be a D natural. So here's how it sounds, first with the D flat and second with the D natural. Keep in mind that if you play either one in the audition, they're not supposed to take off, but it is nice to play the correct notes. So let's go for D natural. There are many more opportunities for dynamic contrast and phrasing in the legato sections of this etude than that are marked in the music. Here's the etude first as marked, and then with a little more thought put into the phrasing. The ritardando can cause some problems. It's important to try to make sure it sounds and feels organic to the music. Listen for the difference. It's okay to take a short second to regroup after the ritardando before starting the tempo 1 again. But realize that the E naturals are setting up a cadence into the tempo 1, so don't draw it out too much. Again, here's one way of doing it, and then a slightly better way. The most nerve-wracking part of this etude is probably the last two notes. Octave jumps on the tuba can sometimes feel like playing darts blindfolded. A great idea would be to play the first beat and either sing or buzz the second beat to help your ear grow. Ultimately, it's going to be your ear that gets you to play that last pitch, not your lips. Ba. Oh. I've chosen to record this whole etude without the metronome because of the ritardando, but whenever I practice it, the metronome's on the whole time. I think that 120 is a perfectly acceptable tempo for this piece. Remember, you're not going to get bonus points for playing it faster if it sounds rushed or frantic. Choose a tempo that will set up your best musicianship and let your music do the competing, not your tempo. Good luck.